Hey guys, how you doing today? It's your co-host John. Sadly, Nick couldn't make it for this video, but I definitely snagged one of our best friends. Please welcome our special guest,
Maya.
So, what we're going to be talking about today, and the theme for really just today is just reflecting on the recent passing of rapper Nipsey Hussle, and definitely rest in peace, and just really explaining just the bigger picture of his death and what we can do now to really just honor him and just honor other slain people and other community leaders just like him. So, for you guys who don't know, Nipsey Hussle is a rapper. He grew up in South Central Los Angeles off of Crenshaw and Slauson. Little backstory on him is that he was a Crip. He was part of the Rolling 60s Crips out in Slauson. Other than that, though, he really didn't let that get to him. He didn't let that define him. What he really did, though, was that he chose to rap. And with that, talking about his past, being in a gang, talking about his family, talking about drugs, everything he felt and saw on the streets, he incorporated that into his music. And instead of like how basic rappers just talk about it and glorify it, he was really using his platform to speak upon it. And then once he became a little bit more famous, he started using his platform to just build up the Crenshaw community. He Instead of really buying into like the flashy diamonds, necklace, cars, and spending it on like basically just materialistic items, he instead invested his money into like his community. He invested it into real estate. He invested it into a STEM program that he actually brought back into his community, and just really that. Maya, do you have anything to say on him?
He really gave back to his community. Like, I don't know if he really did any research on it, but when I first found out about everything, I didn't really know him personally, but when you do look into his name and look up what he's done a lot for his community. He's always trying to help somebody else who's got it worse than he does or has had it, and it just goes to show that he did a lot in his time that he was alive. So there's that.
Definitely agree. Just to give you guys like a little background on my family, they basically my mom's side of the family, they grew up in South Central Los Angeles. I have cousins that know him. If you're not really from South Central or you don't have ties to it, if you're not from anywhere near LA or just from LA in that specific neighborhood, you really wouldn't understand what the reason why I wanted to make this video today is because it felt like personally my family, we just lost a family member. This is definitely tough. This is not a regular everyday fallen brother. This is somebody who actually wanted to make a difference despite his past. This is also a brother who taught other black men, including me, what it means to be successful. It's not gangsta to move drugs or to just shoot who you want to shoot or to start fights or start countless just violence. Being a gangster is really owning your mind, owning your life, owning what you start off with. Nipsey owned his music, guys. If you didn't know that, he owned his masters. He had the rights to his masters. Besides that, he had a beautiful relationship with actress Lauren London, and out of that relationship came a son. Before that, he has a daughter named Imani from a past relationship, and he still treats her as his number one princess, his number one woman in his life. So really, I grew up on his music. He really started out around 2011, 2012. Ever since then, that's who my cousins put me on. That's who I listened to. That's who I looked up to, and that's how one of the black icons I looked up to, and how to really not just live like, but just think like. Because how many times do you really hear or see any like successful artist, no matter the skin color, talking about the first thing they want to get is invest into real estate, to read more books, become more knowledgeable, and then bring that knowledge and platform to their community.
You don't hear that often at
Yeah,
all. You really don't. All you hear about is everyone talking about getting money and spending it on stupid stuff, materialistic stuff. So that's a first.
Exactly. I definitely agree. And despite everything else that has happened, I know there were a few people before the surveillance videos, before the actual killer was identified. That day, I know it happened a few days ago, but it's still, it just still kind of shakes me. Is that day people are trying to throw out conspiracy theories, saying all this and that. Listen, I understand where you guys are coming from. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, he was going to come out with a Dr. Sebi documentary based upon his trial where he beat the Supreme case and then later on his death. That has nothing to do with his death. All right, that has nothing to do with Nip's death. What really happened was that it was a jealous villain who decided to be a coward by taking a man down when really he could have just talked to him. No matter their differences or anything, Nip respectfully asked the dude, hey, just go. Yeah, he embarrassed him, but he asked him, hey man, just go. The dude could have just been respectful, like, all right, cool. But instead, him and an unidentified female who the police and other people have not identified yet decided to roll up on Nip and two of his friends and shoot them. And for other people trying to say it's a military attack, that's not a military attack. That's somebody point blank range. And I was just talking to my mom about it. I know exactly where he got shot at. That parking lot, for those of you who know, you guys already know how hard it is to park there, just to get in there. Because as soon as you get off of that parking lot, that's Slauson. It's busy. That's a busy street. So that whole just everything around it, I'm not trying to like down his death or anything, but I'm trying to basically simplify it just to say has nothing to do with the conspiracy, has nothing to do with the documentary. This is a man who made enemies because they were jealous of him, because he was giving back to their community what they couldn't. So we got it from our boy Kevin. Y'all might know him as Keiko. He has a YouTube channel that we will definitely drop down below. So definitely check out his stuff. Check out his thoughts and reaction on Nip's death. This is a man, again, guys, who was more than what the industry painted him as. He was more than a rapper. This was a man. This was an icon. This was a real grown man on real grown man stuff. This was a community leader, and we need more people like this. Instead of having just the crab in the bucket mentality and bringing down our fellow minority brothers and sisters, we actually need to come together and uplift each other. With that being said, though, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for taking the time to watch and to comment. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, again, leave a comment down below on what you guys think. Thank you. All right, guys. I will see you Sunday. Later. Stay up. Stay blessed. See you later.